What's going on? This is the comments section number 21, I think. I think it's 21. You guys have asked for it. Two of you. Two of you have been like, hey, recently, like literally within a day of each other, hey, what's going on with comments section? I need comments. Like good ones. Actually, there is a comment section. There are a bunch of comments that I've been hanging on to that I just haven't gotten around to the video because I think it was from before I went to LA to do that gig. So it's been a little while now, right? So I'm gonna be reading through these comments. I'm gonna not know what the heck is going on. I'm gonna be like, what is this from? I saved this. Why? What is? I don't even know what video this is for. All that stuff. So, anyways, we're gonna get to it. If you're new here, please subscribe. Check out my videos, all kinds of videos, including the comments section sometimes. So, all right. First up is Yes Head. What's happening? But now I'm here getting annoyed. Kitty Ho is totally purring. Regarding the Rush fan worship thing, I personally don't remember any major clams from any of the dozen or so times I saw them play live. That doesn't mean there weren't a dozen little things that went wrong that I just missed. Or maybe they had a major train wreck the night before the show I saw. You just hope the God of Rock shows lets your night not be one of them. This has to do with R40. Is that right? But every band has things go wrong, even Rush. Ain't it great that we have YouTube to give us proof? I'm an even bigger Yes fan. Where's the Yes discography review, JP? Yeah, right. And I've seen plenty of F-ups with those guys. This is something I'd be interested in hearing JP's take, but I think maybe screw-ups happen less now than they used to, partly because to be a professional musician these days means you have to be really good just because there are fewer opportunities these days and only the best tend to make it. I don't think I agree with that. Hang on. And also the technology is that much better and less likely to go tits up. But human beings are human and people will simply F up from time to time. Your bandmates just hope you don't take them down with you. Yeah, train wreck, right? In other words, train wreck. Right. I think, I was warned a lot before I moved to Los Angeles that there was a lot of people, that I was going to run into a lot of people that are doing music that are really not that great. Especially people that are trying to do it that are not really great. But also people that like get somewhere, like get to do cool things and are not that great. So I don't know if I would say, was that accurate? Yeah, that was accurate. For sure that was accurate. And I always remember thinking like this would never fly in New York. Somewhere like New York, I'm like, this would never fly in New York. These people get chewed up. Like, no way. No way. You could never, it would never fly. Anyways, so I think that, yeah, okay, technology, but that just means that they're playing the tracks and they don't need, you don't need, just the sheer amount of people, singers, and people that are singing that need iPads, right? Lyrics in front of them. And yes, okay, they've had the screens for like, the big time pros and all that kind of thing, the huge concerts and all that. But like now everywhere, that everybody that's in every bar has just an iPad. Part of that is probably because they don't know every song, and people, especially at bars, tend to come up and be like, this song while they're playing. Of course. While they're in the middle of a song, someone will come up and be like, hey, can you play whatever this song? It's like literally in the middle of playing. Come on. Anyways, yeah, so I think that this had to do with R40 because I was talking about how like one or two of the dates, I vaguely remember it's like the night before the taping was like their worst show in decades or whatever, like of their career or whatever. It was like really bad, super bad. Something was going on with the tracks that they were playing to, or the click or something with Neil. I vaguely remember, and that shook them up a lot. And then for the night of the taping, it was just like it like affected them. So anyways, I think that's what that had to do with. Okay. The comments section number 19, Steve Monroe, 2018, what's going on? How dare you imply that everything about Rush is not perfect? I'll bet every time Getty takes a shit, it's one of those ones you don't have to wipe. That's awesome. Love it. Yep, that's a great one. Okay. Yes. All right. Next, Mike B57469. I don't know if you guys remember this. You probably don't. It doesn't even matter. I got really mad. I was, I was pretty not happy with this guy's comment, a previous comment. I just put this in because I just wanted to let you know that we've made up. Okay. He said, Justin, I just want to apologize for the excessive harshness towards you in my comments. I certainly did not intend to offend you to this extent. And after hearing you repeat what I wrote, I realized my words were inappropriate and your reaction is completely understandable and justified. I obviously enjoy your reactions, or I would not still be here watching your daily for over a year now. So again, I sincerely apologize to you, Gary. Happy birthday, and all the subscribers who had to sit through the 10 plus minutes of this video that should have never had to happen. Now I feel bad. It's like, pretty far behind now, and it's like, now I feel bad. So I said, okay, you're forgiven. Sorry, man. I couldn't let it go. Really put me off. We're good though. Yeah, I really was like, I remember I was really like, I can't. And I know that it happens, and people have brought up, I think it was at that exact time that they're like, maybe try doing other things and seeing, like, you've been criticizing my favorite. It was like one of those things. You've been criticizing my favorite band for over a year now. How about, we see what you do? And it's like, first of all, I have more videos of me playing bass on the channel than I have Rush videos, I'm pretty sure. Or it's at least close. There are a lot of Rush videos, I have to say. But, yeah, and I have a resume, and you can look me up, and it's honestly, it doesn't matter. It really doesn't. It doesn't matter. It just doesn't freaking matter. It's just music, people. It doesn't matter. Anyways, yes, Head, look at that. You're on here again. Getty Lee interview part 4 from 2015 Speakeasy. Pushing people to listen to recordings. JP, you might be driving people to Rick Beato's ear training courses, because you also need the ability to translate what you hear to what your hands need to do. I'm curious to hear your take on ear training. Okay, I understood the last part. Pushing people to listen to recordings. JP, you might be driving people to... Oh, it's because was it because I went on one of those rants where I'm talking about the answers always in the recordings? I do that a lot because it's accurate. It's like the answers are in the recordings, and yes, you need ear training, and yes, you need to take ear training is super important. I would say it's more important than theory. I would say it's more important than theory. Theory is just putting words, titles, labels to a sound, right? And things like that, whether it's intervals or chords or changes or scales, whatever, right? It's just putting names to sounds. But if you can recognize that with your ear, who cares what you call it? Who cares what you call it? You can do it, you can play it, you can perform it. If somebody plays it to you, you can play it back, etc., or you can name it, right? I think the ear training is incredibly important. I went through all the ear training at Berkeley, and I took advanced ear training and stuff like that, whatever. And I still do every once in a while these Boston people. Do you know who Charlie Banakis is? Charlie Banakis is this like incredible jazz teacher who died, right? He's not around anymore, but he famously had a years long wait list to study with him. Okay, and it was like a lesson. I vaguely remember this. It was like a lesson a month, and you couldn't skip. Like, you could not miss. If you missed, you still had to pay, because he had such a long wait list, and he was the guy, right? It was like him, Hal Crook. I got to study with Hal Crook because Hal Crook didn't have a wait list. I remember I got on Charlie Banakis' wait list like the second year I lived in Boston, and I lived there for 9 years, never got called. That's how long the wait list was. Never got called. But I had a friend who got in, and he recorded these, I'm saying this about ear training, right? all to tell you about ear training. He recorded these ear training exercises, basically where on the piano he would play like a 1-6-2-5-1 and then hit a note on the piano, and he went through every single note on the piano, all 1-6-2-5. I want to say it was in C or something like that, and then he would hit the note, and then he would say te or something like that. He would say solfege, right? He recorded that for every single note on the piano. And the point was for you, when you played it back and looped it and did it on random, to say what the note is before he said what the note is. And it was fast. It was like, ba 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 ba, ding, te. Ba 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 ba, ding, ra. Dun dun dun, right? So you had like not that long, like a second to respond. And I still do that. I still have those recordings. I still do that. And there was it with one note. There's another one that he did where it was 3 notes. He would do 3 notes. That's not my pay grade. That's not my nope. That's super hard for me, at least. And that may be because if I were a piano player or a guitar player, maybe it wouldn't be as hard because I'd be more used to those kinds of sounds. But because I'm a bass player, I mean, that's why I'm saying it. That's my excuse anyways. I just think melody a lot. Like I'm about melody and all that and counterpoint with the melody. So it's like the 2 notes, I'm good. I can do that. I'm great at that. Once you start getting into like chords and chord voicings and hearing chord voicings, like I may be able to hear that a chord is major, minor, dominant, whatever. But if you're asking me to figure out what the voicing is, I'm not good at that. That's I feel like if I were a chordal instrument, like a piano or a guitar, it would be easier for me, but like that is totally not. That's really hard for me. But some people can do that shit. That's incredible. That's incredible ears. Like incredible ears. So, yeah, anyways, ear training is super important. Ear training is super important. I get hired mostly because people, just in terms of like the past and all that, people think that I know every song, and it's not that I know every song, because they'll like start playing a song and then I'll just play along and they're like, oh yeah, you know this, and it's like, no, I don't know it. I just have a good ear. And I can guess, I know enough songs and know enough like kind of harmony theory kind of things to know, like you have to be able to listen ahead so I can make a guess of where we're going next, whatever like the chord is. So anyways, yeah. All right, Ian Gudgeon, 6536, Kate Bush, Leave It Open, The Dreaming, reaction, what's going on? Use the term theatrical as if it was a dirty word. It's not, it's preference. It's preference. There's nothing wrong with theatrical. I'm going through Queen right now. They're super theatrical. I'm obviously loving it, right? They're great. They're great. It depends. It depends. Because, I remember with the Kate Bush stuff, it was like there's theatrical and then there's like music theater. That's where I start falling off. I like music theater, like performing it, but I don't like listening to it. I just don't. I'm just not into it. It's not to me, I just don't like it. Okay. Kenneth McKay, 2532, Kate Bush, The Dreaming, reaction, Chinese water torture. Apparently to Kenneth, theatrical is a dirty word. Yeah, I'm just saying it's just preference, Okay, what else? You know what? I'm gonna end it right there. I got a few more, so I'll do a part 2 or a comment section number 22. Yeah, there's a few more old ones, but I'll get to them. Thank you guys. I'll catch you in the next video.